could march, but people need to know what the hell they are marching for. People, you understand what I'm saying, Ed?
Yes.
Right? We are down to the wire with everything that's going on. If we're going to express some things, people need to understand what's going on and what is the approach. How do we trust? Marching is definitely one of the ways, but awareness comes before you marching. If you would just know about these things and put your 2 cents in it before you got to go to the point where you pick up a sign and go to marching and be.
That's true.
You understand?
That's true. That's why we got to get that social media out again. There's avenues like Twitter and Facebook and then Instagram, whatever. You take the pictures, the videos, or whatever, and you put it up and support your cause.
Yes.
And again, you got to get your local politicians involved. Whether they agree with you or not, you got to let them know what's on your mind.
We have to raise awareness to the people because we understand what we got to do and what we got to stand up and how to go about it. But the people are unaware. It's just like being unlearned about something. If you've never heard of it, that's just like Anonymous said that he didn't hear nothing about the fingerprinting in the situation with the project.
Right.
This was on the front of the newspaper, and it was on the news at 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So it was definitely something that the media controls what people know and what they don't know.
Absolutely. There is a good old-fashioned chant, and it actually, I believe the Black Panthers started. I'm going to yell it out right now. It's called, "Ain't no power but the power to the people, and the power to the people won't stop." Say what? That's what needs to be done again. We need to bring this back again. Definitely.
And I know the thing is this, I'm totally for that, but I think for us as a people to go marching, we gotta be, we were just talking about this yesterday. They still taking it to the tactics. Look at what they did with the whole Occupy Wall Street, Occupy Colorado. Just think about that. Look at what they went to for those type of movements.
And they did it through social media.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, we are in an era also where social media is definitely a tool that is our best friend. Put this stuff out on YouTube, put it out on Spreaker, put it out on Facebook, wherever you can find. Because the more this comes out, the more people that will do this. Guess what? When Occupy got started, it was going on for about a month or two before the media started paying attention to it. I guarantee you, brothers, we will grab their attention if we start doing it this way. Because it is time, brothers. And I mean, yes, we should. Yeah, I agree with what Anonymous just said about writing letters to our senators, congressmen, mayors, all that. And that way we can show they're not listening to us by having done these means. We're going to make them listen.
Right. You have the evidence that you sent the letters. And look, I wrote these letters to our politicians and nothing happened. So this is the reason we take to the streets. You can't take to the streets and then write them the letter. You got to do step by step.
Absolutely. And absolutely. I've been an activist for a good long time.
And you know, while we touching on that, that's what you call a track record. If the United States of America, if it's not in black and white, and you don't have what they call evidence,
right?
They only believe in what they see. Right now, when we're talking about this, let's talk about worldly news. Let's talk about the Syria, and let's talk about the whole approach on the whole administration and all of that. Yeah.
Listen. Obama right now is facing a situation where he has to keep his word. He was faced with hundreds of letters from congressmen that disapproved with his idea of going to war. Right. And it's the same thing we are talking about right now. We're talking about sending letters. They sent letters to him saying how they disapprove of going to any war on Syria. Right? And they're making it known that there is a track record. They're making it known that they're laying down their track record of disapproval for such a war.
You know, in this case, you want to know who Obama is starting to remind me of? I would swear this guy is acting just like Lyndon Johnson. Dana, you were around during that era. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're wrong. I was a baby.
Okay.
I'm not that old, Ed.
Okay. So you don't remember what that was like. I do apologize.
I do. No, I'll tell you what. And I mentioned this on an earlier broadcast with you guys. I do remember distinctly the day Martin Luther King died. It changed my life. I was 5 years old. It made a vast impact on me because I saw the people marching down my street.
Oh, wow.
Well, that must have been powerful. But
it was very powerful.
While I have everybody on the in the forum right now, I want to take this conversation into, just like what Brother said, I want to take this into the world, how this could affect us. Because when we ever see wars, we see our gas go up, we see all kind of things hike on us here on this side. So don't think it won't affect us if war.
Oh, hell yeah, it's going to. We know this.
The fallout of war and how it will affect the world community. I have some words. Obama, with me while I try to get it up. Everybody.
In horror, as men, women, and children were massacred in Syria in the worst chemical weapons attack of the 21st century. Yesterday, the United States presented a powerful case that the Syrian government was responsible for this attack on its own people. Intelligence shows the Assad regime and its forces preparing to use chemical weapons, launching rockets into highly populated suburbs of Damascus, and acknowledging that a chemical weapons attack took place. And all of this corroborates what the world can plainly see. Hospitals overflowing with victims, images of the dead. All told, well over 1,000 people were murdered. Several hundred of them were children. Young girls and boys gassed to death by their own government. And this attack is an assault on human dignity. It also presents a serious danger to our national security.
What?
It risks making a mockery of the global prohibition on the use of chemical weapons. It endangers our friends and our partners along Syria's borders, including Israel, Jordan, Turkey, Lebanon, and Iraq. It could lead to escalating use of chemical weapons, or their proliferation to terrorist groups who would do our people harm. In a world with many dangers, this menace must be confronted. After careful deliberation, I have decided that the United States should take military action against Syrian regime targets. This would not be an open-ended intervention. We would not put boots on the ground. Instead, our action would be designed to be limited in duration and scope. By this minute, we can hold the Assad regime accountable for their use of chemical weapons, deter this kind of behavior, and degrade their capacity to carry it out. Our military has positioned assets in the region. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs has informed me that we are prepared to strike whenever we choose. Moreover, the chairman has indicated to me that our capacity to execute this mission is not time sensitive. It will be effective tomorrow, or next week, or 1 month from now. And I'm prepared to give that order. But, having made my decision as Commander-in-Chief based on what I am convinced is our national security interest, I'm also mindful that I'm the president of the world's oldest constitutional democracy. I've long believed that our power is rooted not just in our military might, but in our example as a government of the people, by the people, for the people. That's why I've made a second decision. I will seek authorization for the use of force from the American people's representatives in Congress.
Absolutely. Now we have the president speaking right there, Barack Obama, saying that he's going to seek congressional approval for war.
Which Bush didn't do that before going into Iraq, and that's what made his action illegal.
Okay, I'm going to ask members of the panel one by one. We was just joined by another caller. Caller, are you there with us?
Yes, how you doing? Peace, brother.
All right. Caller, can you tell us where you're calling from? And if you want to identify yourselves, do it. If not, just remain. You don't have to.
Repeat yourself, I didn't hear you.
You can tell us where you're calling from, or if you choose not to, it's okay too.
I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio. I'm from the Bronx, and I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio.
Okay. Were you able to hear the rendition of what I just played back from Obama speaking about his approach to war and seeking congressional approval before approaching war? And my question is this now, is this a sign of weakness from him to go to seek congressional approval, or is this exactly right down the path of what he's supposed to do? How do you feel about this entire situation that's developing right now?
Well, we have to remember that war equals money. War equals money for the elite of the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Bears. This equals money to both sides because they're able to fund both sides with weapons. If America means anything, everyone knows that America means manufacturing of weapons. What we're seeing here is actually, we have to get comfortable with the term World War III. I believe on May 5th, I believe, don't exactly quote me on that, I'm paraphrasing, Israel dropped 3 micro nukes on Syria. No one spoke about it. It was not aired on America's news. Obama, there's a scramble as well for the world's oil reserve. And what you're seeing is countries now, like Europe, like Israel, like America, scrambling for what's left of the world's oil reserve. They're in a race, which we all know, for all of the oil reserve in the Middle East. We've seen what they did with Iraq. They went there and said that he had weapons of mass destruction, and Saddam Hussein didn't show that or prove that he had weapons of mass destruction. We see the more and more we get farther away from 9/11, we're seeing that 9/11 is being pointed towards America. The way I feel exactly is this is World War III we're entering. We have to now practice more consciousness, educate ourselves, and prepare ourselves for the day, and if the day that America does fall victim to itself, and we all have seen throughout history that empires have failed time and time again throughout history.
Absolutely. Very well said, dear caller. And might I ask, I'm going to go down the line with this one. Anonymous, how are you feeling about, are you still with us, Anonymous? Anonymous? Okay, we lost Anonymous.
And how about you, Dana?
Yeah, no, I'm done for the night.
Okay, thank you.
I don't have any other comments for right now.
Okay.
I'm enjoying listening.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, so
Ed, what's your take on this presumptive war?
Well, on the one hand, I see that the president is, he's not just out declaring war himself. He's doing it the way what Bush should have done. But on the other hand, we have to stop putting our nose in other countries' business. We didn't learn from Vietnam. We didn't learn from Iraq. We didn't learn from, any of our conflicts we've had with the Middle East are being stemmed on America wants to push the whole world to be just like us. Well,
is the president in a rock and a hard place? Anyone can take this.
My thoughts are the president shouldn't even be talking about sending any of our military weaponry over there or using it over there, because look what these wars have been doing to us.
He said no boot will touch the floor, so that means they're talking about
no troops on the ground.
Airstrikes. You know what?
Go ahead, Dana. Did you say you had...
There are times when I think we absolutely should step in, and the incident in Rwanda was one of them that horrified me. We did not act fast enough. That horrified me. That was an instance where we should have stepped in.